We have team coverage this morning for you. Madison Sawyer and Trevor Sohaki are both in Kerrville for us this morning, and Lauren Crawford, who is in Fort Worth, with how North Texas communities are showing their support. Madison, I want to check in with you first with what we know so far this morning. Good morning. We know that the last live rescue was actually made last Friday.
I know, and we are now approaching a week since that last live rescue, which is a fact that is weighing really heavy on this town, on anyone that is touched by this tragedy because of, like you said, the sheer number of folks still missing. We know that that number sits at 170 plus people, specifically 161 people missing right here in Kerr County where I'm standing. On top of that number, we also have 95 deaths confirmed here in Kerr County, with 120 deaths confirmed across the state. And again, there's been a lot of questions asked to me of, okay, what do those numbers mean? Are those all kind of part of the same numbers? No, these are two separate groups of people. It is a confirmed death when they find that person, and it is listed as missing until they find that person. So there is a chance that this death toll could continue to rise upwards of 200 people, and that's certainly going to be top of mind as those search and rescue crews get back out there this morning. Now, we know it is an emotionally heavy toll that is weighing on the search responders, but also this community. And last night, there was a vigil that was held at the local high school stadium. It is Kerrville's Antler Stadium. It's the local high school here in Kerrville, a place that usually is known for its Friday night lights, its football. But last night, it was a place where students, residents, as well as first responders and volunteers, many of them in Kerrville for the first time, they could join together to pray, to sing, to cry over the devastation that has hit the Texas Hill Country. Hundreds of people were in attendance, and one of the victims remembered last night actually knew that stadium extremely well. His name was Reese Zunker, and he was the soccer coach at the high school for 12 years.
Zunker was a really tough guy. Like one of the strongest guys I know, and creative, like construction guy. So I just had faith that he was going to pull it out, and I truly do think he tried to save his family and the kids, but it just hurts because of the father part. And me and him, and I remember when the girls were born, when this boy Valaya was born, when he told us that he was gonna have a kid, you know, so it's just a lot of memories.
The tragedy, I mean, it is almost incomprehensible how deep these wounds are and how many folks it is touching right now. On top of the names of victims that continue to come out as those deaths are continued to be confirmed, we're hearing from another local family in Dallas that lost their most precious little one. We now know the name and the face of little Winnie Naylor. She was 8 years old. She was a camper at Camp Mystic when the floodwaters hit. The Naylor family, amidst their unfathomable grief, has actually set up a way to honor little Winnie. They're partnering with the Dallas Foundation.
I've been so impressed getting to know this family. They are believers, they're involved in their community, and they want to continue that legacy and honor their daughter in that way. Amidst everything that they have to be concerned with, starting this memorial fund just speaks to their character and their commitment to our community.
Now, we know that, I mean, this loss, it's unfathomable. For me, when I see those little girls' faces, as a parent, you see your own child. And to know that there are almost 1/3 of these victims that are children, it makes the loss that much greater, that much heavier to bear. But we know there's beautiful ways like that foundation that are being set up to remember, to honor, to inspire giving in the midst of this tragedy. And Trevor Sohaki, you have found truly a awe-inspiring memorial that is just down the street from where I'm standing here in Kerr County. It's beautifully sad. You said that earlier when we were talking. I mean, it is beautifully sad.
Yeah, Madison, it really is. And if you haven't been here yet, I really encourage you to come, because when we were here yesterday, it was just growing and growing and growing. It seemed like the pictures never ended. And as I've been able to look at more and more of these pictures, I've noticed they've grouped the families together, which really just tugs at your heartstrings. You see Bailey Martin, Bobby Martin, Amanda Martin, undoubtedly family members here. You see Rebecca Lawrence and Hannah Lawrence. It looks like Rebecca had just lost one of her baby teeth and she was growing a new tooth in right there. And as we continue to walk along, some of the first names that you see right here on this wall are the two girls from Dallas, those two best friends, Eloise Peck and Lila Bonner, those faces that I'm not going to forget for a long time. I know a lot of you aren't going to forget for a long time. And it is just absolutely gorgeous here what they have set up. And like we talked about earlier, beautifully sad, because these are all people that are not going to be able to enjoy the rest of their lives, especially these young girls right here. Now, this memorial was set up by Leo Soto. It's located right by the Herring Print Company here in downtown Kerrville, right off Water Street. It's called Wall of Hope. Now, Soto says he first did a memorial for the Surfside condo collapse in Florida and has traveled around the country since, putting up memorials for cities to remember victims, including one in Uvalde. He told us once he saw the destruction, he knew he had to come out here. So Soto put out the call on social media, and multiple volunteers came out to help put up flowers and pictures, and plenty others passing by just stopped and helped.
It's heartbreaking, and it still takes an emotional toll. There's no way to be a zombie or a robot about this. It's still gonna hurt, but my satisfaction comes in knowing the power that this brings for a community that is looking for somewhere, anywhere where they can just come together and just begin to heal and show some love and put some love out in the air.
Putting some love out in the air is exactly what this memorial is doing. Now, Leo told us that if you'd like to help out and keep this memorial going, bring some fake flowers here, because a lot of these flowers that you see, believe it or not, they are real. These are real. Some, I believe these are fake, but others are real, like these down here. And so the important thing is that as these real flowers die, that you bring fake flowers out here to make sure that this wall of hope continues, because unfortunately, Carmen, it does seem like it's going to stretch on and on and on along this fence here. He did also say, or I should say, there's a sign down there that says there's going to be a vigil here on Friday night at 7 o'clock. So just another way, Carmen, for folks to remember the victims of these floods.
Okay, Trevor, thank you so much for painting a beautiful picture there for us. And of course, CBS News Texas will probably be streaming that vigil for you as well. In the meantime, we know that if you'd like to help, open up the camera on your phone or iPad, scan this QR code right here on your screen. That link will take you to a full list of groups who are doing good work in Central Texas. You can also find this list online at cbsnewstexas.com.